The Mystery Menu, original English title, The Menu, is an American film in the genre of black comedy. Horror, sensational, released in 2022, directed by Mark Mylod with a script by Seth Rice and Will Tracy. Penn. The main actors in the film include Ralph Fiennes, Anya Taylor-Joy, Nicholas Hoult, Hong Chow, Janet McTeer, Reed Birney, Judith Light, and John Leguizamo. The film had its premiere at the Toronto International Film Festival, TIFF, on September 10, then was released widely in the United States and Vietnam on November 18, 2022 by Searchlight Pictures. The series is generally appreciated by experts as well as the audience. Ralph Fiennes as celebrity chef Julian Slowik, owner of Hawthorne. Anya Taylor-Joy by Margot Mills/Aaron. Nicholas Hoult by Tyler. Hong Chow as Elsa. Janet McTeer by Lillian Bloom. John Leguizamo, Bad George Diaz. Reed Birney by Richard Liebrand. Judith Light as Anne Liebrand. Paul Adelstein by Ted. Amy Carrero and Felicity. Arturo Castro by Soren. Rob Young as Bryce. Mark St. Cyr as Dave. Rebecca Kuhn by Linda Slowik. Christina Brucato by Catherine Keller. Adam Alderks by Jeremy Loudon. Matthew Cornwell by Dale. Margot Mills and her date Tyler travel by boat to Hawthorne, an exclusive restaurant owned and operated by celebrity chef Julian Slowik, located on a private island. The other guests attending the dinner are Lillian, a food critic, her editor Ted, wealthy couple Richard and Anne. George, a post-prime movie star, and his personal assistant Felicity, and business partners Soren, Dave, and Bryce, along with Julian's alcoholic mother. The group is given a tour of the island by the restaurant maitre d'hotel, Elsa, who notes that Margot was not Tyler's designated guest for the evening. Dinner begins, and Julian introduces a series of courses, delivering increasingly unsettling monologues about each meal. As the night goes on, secrets about each guest, ranging from affairs to money laundering, are slowly revealed amidst dialogue, satirizing class divides, climate change, patriarchy hindering women's success, and creating unreasonable expectations for men, and capitalistic exploitation, usually spurred by Julian and the staff's introductions and meals. During the fourth course, a sous chef kills himself in front of the guests, and another staff member cuts off Richard's ring finger when he tries to escape. After the fourth course, the restaurant's prime investor, and Soren, Dave and Bryce's boss, is drowned in full view of the diners. At various points in the night, Julian allows guests to attempt escape, only to have the staff catch and return them. Julian declares all the guests were selected because they either contributed to him losing his passion for his craft or because they make a living off exploiting the work of artisans and workers like him and his team. He announces that everyone present will be dead by the end of the night. Since Margot's presence was unplanned, Julian privately gives her the choice of dying either with the staff or with the guests. When Margot hesitates, Julian decides for her, saying he knows his upper-crust customers from fellow service industry workers. It is revealed that Margot is an escort named Aaron, who has been hired before by Richard, explaining them staring at each other all night, and who Tyler has hired for the evening. Julian reveals that Tyler was invited personally and knew all along that the dinner would end with everyone's death, so he invited Margot knowing full well she would die. Julian humiliates Tyler further by forcing him to cook and insulting his food, causing Tyler to kill himself in a storeroom. Julian asks Margot to collect a barrel needed for dessert. Margot sneaks into Julian's house, only to be attacked by Elsa. Margot kills Elsa in self-defense by stabbing her in the neck. After seeing newspaper clippings of Julian's past life in his office, Margot finds a radio, calls for help and returns to the restaurant with the barrel. A Coast Guard officer arrives from his boat, then reveals himself to be a line cook in disguise and returns to the kitchen. Margot mocks Julian's dishes and complains that she is still hungry. When Julian asks what she would like to eat, Margot requests a cheeseburger and fries, having previously seen a photo of a younger, happier Julian working at a fast food restaurant. Moved by her simple request, he prepares the meal to her specifications. Margot takes a bite and praises his food, then asks if she can get it to go. Julian packs the food for her, and he and the staff allow her to leave. Margot takes the Coast Guard boat docked nearby and escapes the island. The dessert is an elevated S. Morris dish. The staff cover the floor with crushed graham crackers and adorn the guests with small capes made of marshmallows and hats made of chocolate. Julian then sets the restaurant ablaze, detonating the barrel and killing the guests, staff, and himself as Margot watches from the boat and unpacks her cheeseburger to go. This is a smart, sophisticated black comedy with the most comprehensive overview of the service industry and the arts, professionals, artists. With crippled vibes, critics who judge things instead of savoring, crazy obsessives, or just trendy consumers. It all comes across with a hint of sarcasm, satire on the banquet table by director Mark Mylod. The film has some interesting moments when the roles of the characters are constantly being swapped, from critic to objective criticism, from enjoying food to being a dish on the table. The transitions are quite subtle and natural. The menu has many characters, but each one is well constructed. The dialogue and personality each take on a unique role, led in a subtle humor and satire throughout. Transparent. The menu received positive feedback from the audience and critics, currently scoring fresh 89% out of 213 reviews according to Rotten Tomatoes statistics. Most praised the comedy element in the film, contributing to creating a new breeze for a script with a punishment motif that has been tried by many Hollywood directors. Some other opinions say that the director tries to incorporate too many social messages, but is not fully exploited and developed in the film.